Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Doc Martin, and for the first time ever I have someone else sitting next to me today, and I'm in a slightly higher chair. But before we get into that, you're watching Fearlessly Living. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said before, you're watching Fearlessly Living, and today I have my girl Crystal here with me, Dr. Obih, RN, BSN, MD. Okay. Oh my goodness. So let me tell you how we met. So usually Caribbean students, they kind of rotate together. So we rotated at the same location, Lakeshore Hospital. We're doing a psych rotation. And since we met each other there, we have been good friends ever since. Day parties, brunches.
She say, do you love me? I tell her only party.
I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry.
Is weekend turn-ups. But that's not why we're here today. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Just tell us what your educational background was like what led you first into the medical field, first nursing, then MD. How did you get into nursing?
Okay. Hey guys, thank you, Samina, for this opportunity. It's Ego Baby, and let me answer that question. So in high school, I was a part of an organization called Health Occupation Students of America,
and so is I. We just found out.
Yes.
Just now, while I recorded, I was like, I can't believe you did that. But anyway, go ahead and let us do your shine.
Yeah, Team HOSA. Hey.
Yeah.
So we need to actually tag HOSA, and actually we need to let them know that hey, because of you guys helped us, exposed us to the healthcare field.
Seriously.
Yeah. So this was senior year. We were rotating in Memorial Hermann Hospital, Houston. Hey, H-Town, shout out. And I met a group of Nigerian doctors, and they were just asking me so what you want to do? And I said, oh, I think I'm going to go and do biology. I want to be a doctor. I already knew I wanted to be a doctor from childhood. So they were like, you know what, we're going to advise you to do nursing first. And I was like, nursing? I can hear my mom's voice in the background, I told you. Because my mom has been telling me from day one, do nursing. Yeah, we're all nurses, and we went to medical school after. And nursing really helped us during our journey. And I was like, wow, thank you. And it was so nice to see Nigerian American nurses just like me. And I'm like, wow, just to witness with them, knowing that hey, they're Nigerian.
For me too,
I can be the same way like them. They look so fun and spunky. I was like, this is it. So I went home and told my mom. I was like, I told you. I was like, oh god. So that's how I majored in nursing, and I got accepted into Texas Women's University, which is the #1 nursing school in Texas. Academically the most competitive. And
wow.
I got into Texas Women's University, and that's it. From there, sky's the limit.
Oh, cool. So do you feel like your journey from becoming a nurse into actually becoming a doctor, was that helpful at all? Did it help you? Did it hurt you? What areas were more helpful than not? What were the pros and cons of transitioning from the bedside to actually giving the orders?
Definitely the pros did outweigh the cons. Of course, because you're already a nurse, you're going to have that background, and you're already going to have kind of that confidence. Now, when it came to the book work in medical school, the first 2 years, I kind of went in the first day I was like, I'm a nurse. I got this.
Yeah.
And after the first week of school, I was calling my mom, I want to go home. What did I do? Why did I just do nurse practitioner? I was in shock. It was so, medical school was so intense the first 2 weeks.
Especially doing an advanced program on the island.
Especially on being on island is kind of advanced. I was like, wow. I was shook, really shook. But my nursing background helped, because when they would say, let's say for instance, congestive heart failure, I already kind of knew the basics, why, and this and that. What is the main medication you're going to put them on, Lasix, and what you're going to check potassium. I knew all those basic stuff, but when it goes into the main mechanism of what's going with the different type of fluids going there.
Right heart, left heart.
Right heart, left heart.
Right failure, left heart failure. What is
So, but in conclusion, having a nursing background helped me a lot. Also, it really helped me a lot in the clinical aspect. My last 2 years doing clinicals was, to me, it was smooth because I already understood. What was going on. I knew how I already had like a basic patient rapport. I already knew how the hands-on. I was already hands-on. Like, I can do it. I can do it. I knew how to do everything, as opposed to an average medical student that only maybe practiced on a mannequin. They weren't so confident of starting an IV or drawing blood or placing an NG tube or starting
giving injection.
They're like, they're kind of hanging on to the
So
nurse.
now I'm like,
that's
crazy because whenever I rotate, because sometimes we rotate with nurse practitioner students as well, I'm always like, can you show me how to do this vaccine? Am I doing it in the right place? It's always great to rotate with people that, like, sometimes we rotate with nurse practitioner students, and they're always so helpful. Like, a lot of times people look down, like, a lot of doctors or med students look down on nurses or, like, LPNs, but it's like, these are the people you want to be stuck on. Like, teach me how to do it, because doctors don't have time to actually show you, what to really do. So when you find the nurses, you suck up to them. Suck up to the nurses. Hey, can you show me how to do this properly? Hey, am I doing this the right way?
Exactly. That's my number one advice. Any clinical students, once you get on your best friend is the nurse.
Yeah.
The nurse is your best friend, so you be nice. Don't don't look down upon her.
No.
When the doctor tells you, you know what, Crystal, you're gonna rotate with the nurse practitioner or the physician assistant.
Yeah.
Don't say no. You go and you learn as much as you can learn.
Yes.
Because you're gonna learn more from them.
You will.
Excuse me.
You really will. You will learn more from the nurses. You will learn more from like the hospital staff than you will from your actual doctor that you're following.
Yeah.
Because they literally have no time. Like, I'm following right now a physician that literally covers at least 20 locations. Like, he has patients, suburbs, Chicagoland area, like everywhere. And it's like his phone is constantly ringing, his page is constantly going off. Somebody like that is very knowledgeable, of course, but do they have the time to really be like, here, let me help sit here with you for 10 minutes while I show you how to properly place an IV or, draw this blood or give this injection. They don't have time for that. So it's really, that's the best advice. Get close to the nurses, get close to the NPs, just get close to the hospital staff. Even the janitor can show you something that will stick with you. Don't look down on anybody.
Exactly.
How did it feel to leave, full-time job, getting paid good money, and then going to a foreign land that you're not used to, going to an island? Where were you at? St. Kitts?
St. Kitts.
Yeah. Leaving Houston, working, making good money, leaving that, walking away from that, and going to no man's land. I mean, of course, there's just going to someplace that you're not familiar with and pretty much like spending about 2 years of your life there. Like, how did that feel? Like, man, I could be making money right now.
I know. And honestly, it was a major sacrifice.
Yeah.
But I knew that it was a sacrifice for the good. I knew that in the future that, this is for a benefit, of course, a positive benefit. So it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so used to having my own money, working independent. I had my own apartment, my car, I was rolling. You know what I'm saying? I was stunting. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden I wake up, I'm in St. Kitts. That's I hear a goat waking me up at 7 o'clock. I'm like, really? So it was kind of like a culture shock too. Yeah. But shout out to my parents that held me down financially.
Seriously.
Thank God for parents. Thank God for parents. Sally Mae held me down a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? But we thank God for that. So that transition was hard, but I overcame it and just said, you know what? We're here. We gotta go hard. Your goal is to get off the island.
Yeah, so. Definitely. First year was it was tough. So I definitely understand 100% what it's like transitioning from U.S. where you're used to, things being done on time, and then you go to an island, it's like, I waited 3 months already, and nothing's happening.
Everybody's on island time. Oh my god, island time is the worst. So,
but you know what? We'll do a video on surviving life on the island.
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
Exactly.
But anyway, so money issues, of course. Like, instead of like asking my parents for money, I could be making my own money right now. But you felt like, you know, you made the right decision. It was a good sacrifice, and now you feel like, how is it right now? Because currently you haven't matched yet.
Yeah.
So you're still working as a nurse.
Yes.
But you're an MD.
Yeah. So it's like, you know,
like you go to the hospital like, I'm an MD.
I'm under my breath. I want to say that I'm like, I'm a doctor. But it's right now. Currently, I'm just working as a nurse. I still work as a nurse, just like I was working my last 2 years of clinicals. I was working as a nurse. As she knows, she knows the struggle. Like when she saw me in clinicals, she saw how tired I looked.
Yeah.
She said, "Why are you so?" What'd you ask me?
So rotations were like maybe like 9 a.m. We had to get there. We got there one day, and I was like, "You good? Like, why do you look like you're exhausted? Why do you look so tired?" This woman had just finished a 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, I think at Mercy Hospital. Yeah. It was like at her rotation at 9 a.m. Why are you not a zombie? Like, why aren't you like dead in somebody's corner? I don't know. Personally, I don't think I'll be able to do it. But then you realize your strength when you're pushed towards a wall. Right?
Exactly. You realize your strength.
Yeah.
And whenever those times when I felt weak and I felt like I just wanted to give up, I was like, why am I doing this? Yeah. I would ask myself, wait a minute, residency. Isn't this how they are on residency?
Yeah.
There's doctors that work 24 hours straight. And you know they're not even sleeping. They're like on it, on it. So that's what kind of gave me that push. I was like, you know what? Mentally, what I told myself is that I'm training myself for residency, or so I can.
That was a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So
I would have been like, I want to do this thing.
Yeah.
So what was it like? Like, how many nights would you have to work and then come into a rotation? Like. For 2 years straight, that was what you were doing. Basically,
2 years. 2 years straight, I kind of worked full time. And full time for a nurse, average nurse is about 36 hours. So you work when you're doing 12-hour shifts. So you do 3 nights.
Okay.
So it wasn't really that bad. I tried to. It was bad. Let me not say it wasn't that bad. It was bad. It depends on specific rotations that I had. Like when I had an internal medicine elective rotation that the doctor wanted us in his office at 8 a.m. and we didn't leave until 6-7 p.m. So I was leaving and running over to work, getting off of work, rushing over, didn't even have a time to take like a power nap or nothing, and I'm there like, seeing patients like, yeah. You know, the same thing with
hyped up on coffee.
Hyped up like
amazing.
Yeah, thank God for coffee, you know. So like it was hard, but if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that are asking me, how did you do it? How did I say, if I can do it, you can do it. If those doctors can stay up for 24 hours.
If one person did it, anyone can do it. If one person, my dad always say, if they had 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 head.
Yes.
And you got the same thing, there's no reason why you can't do it.
If a surgeon can stand in surgery for 14 hours operating, why can't I do it? Yeah, so that's my main motivation.
Oh my goodness. So what would you say to somebody who is either currently a nurse, thinking about first doing nursing and going into medicine, or just trying to figure out how to just get to this path of, okay, I'm an MD? Like, what advice can you give to anybody out there that's either transitioning from nursing into, becoming a doctor, or thinking about first doing nursing and becoming a doctor, or just going right to the MD path?
Yeah, so my advice for any future RN that wants to go to medical school, just do it.
Seriously.
Just do it.
Nike.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Check mark, do it. Set a goal and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. Like you can set the first goal of, okay, I'm going to knock out my prerequisites in the next year and a half. Start while you're working as a nurse. You could set your schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like I did, and I had classes Tuesday, Thursday. I had organic chemistry. in the morning. Then I had a break, and then I went straight into physics. So I was doing organic chemistry and physics for one semester, part one. And then the next semester, one and two. The second one. Then calculus I took on the weekends. I did like a winter semester. It was like every day while I worked too. And it was crazy, but I did it. Set that goal, accomplish that. Then the next thing will be your MCATs. Set a goal. Are you gonna do Kaplan, or are you gonna do exam crackers? I did exam crackers and I did Kaplan QBank. Take your MCATs. Then the next thing, apply to medical school. See where you're gonna go. So basically you're just gonna set goals
timelines.
And set timelines, and you're gonna knock them out. And each one that you knock out, you're gonna get more and more confident. And you're like, you know what? I can do this. Before you know, you're like, wait a minute, I'm applying to medical school. Wait a minute, I just got accepted. Wait a minute, I'm a doctor. And then the next thing is like, oh, wait a minute, I passed my first semester of medical school.
Yeah.
And then before you know, I passed my step 1. Hey, God, which is the biggest accomplishment you will ever make in your life. Step 1.
Bruh. Oh, that's fine.
I don't even want to talk about that, but yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So basically, in conclusion, set goals and accomplish them, and that's it. Just know and have confidence in yourself that I can do it. I talk to myself in the mirror every time. I was like,
You have to
declare it. Can I get spiritual?
Go ahead.
Hallelujah. God. Without God. It's only
But
God.
God.
But God. I have to talk and declare every day, oh God, you said that I will make
This is very important.
Every day I was confessing.
That's very important.
You must confess.
And I think for me personally was like, since undergrad, a lot of my friends would call me Dr. Martin, like Paige and Dr. Martin, and like going through undergrad as this man. Chemistry, but the entire sciences kicked my butt. Like I struggled through it, and like still saying Dr. Martin. Even when I think I was like one of the few black women in my major as a pre-med, like during my year, and like one of my professors literally looked me in the eye, I was like, you'll never be a doctor.
Oh.
And like and even then still calling myself Dr. Martin. Doctor, you have to really like believe it. And even if you don't, keep saying it to yourself.
Speak it to
make yourself believe it and speak it into existence.
Yes.
Even when I wasn't even like while studying for my MCATs, I ended up not actually taking it, but I'll do a video on that. I was still like, Dr. Martin, not even knowing if I'm even going to get into med school. Dr. Martin, not even knowing if I have the money to go to med school. Like you just have to believe it,
and have faith.
Regardless, and just have faith, and then you have to work towards it. You can't just sit down and call yourself a doctor and not do what you need to do to get there. So, but definitely, like speaking into existence, looking yourself in the mirror, proclaiming the things that God said about you. Those are definitely must have. Like whatever religion you are, even if you don't have a religion, you still have to believe in yourself enough to go, to go the distance.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, did you ever come across a situation where you felt like your spirit was like beat down a little bit, or you felt like, maybe for a little bit you doubted yourself, or maybe because of like other people's doubts you maybe thought twice, like am I making the right decisions? I'm sure like when you decided to like leave your job and like go, people were like, are you sure you want to do this? Like how did you feel? Like how did you handle that, like being beat down by others and then maybe slightly doubting yourself, or how did you handle that situation?
Testimony time.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. When I tell you what? When I tell you, that's a very good question, very deep. I came across a lot of negativity, a lot of people making kind of subliminal messages like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Why don't you just be, the classic one, why don't you just be a nurse practitioner?
Yeah.
Or why don't you, did you hear, at that time, that's when the DNP program started. I actually looked into it, and it's so funny, like when I heard these things, I feel like they planted seeds in myself, and I had to like stop that growth. I had to say, no, this is not what God wanted me to do.
Right.
God said that I was going to be a doctor, and I'm going to be a MD, a medical doctor.
Right.
I'm not going to be a DNP. I'm not going to be a nurse practitioner. I'm not going to be a dentist. If you see how many different things came at me, I went and looked into taking my DAP for dentistry school. DNP, I went to, there was a University of Arizona. They had their first program. I hit them up and they were like, you know what, we can even give you admission. They wanted to recruit me to be like, I was going to be the first generation DNP, a doctor and nurse in practice, then nurse practitioner. It was so many things coming at me, and I remember I like prayed about it and I said, God, you know, all these things. There's so many different things. I'm kind of confused.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what can I do? And of course, after I prayed and it was clear. By the time I woke up in the morning, it was like a week later, I was like, oh, my mind was set.
Yeah.
Medical doctor. So everything that I put it all away, you know. And when it comes to the negative criticism, I actually had a manager. It's so funny. Maybe she might be watching this video in Houston, Texas. Hi. She told me that I wouldn't become a medical doctor. She told me, she's like, you know what, Crystal, with your attitude and with the way you're going, there was nothing. I was like one of the happiest nurses on my floor. There was just something negative between me and her. I don't know what it was, but she pulled me aside.
Some people can see your future.
Yes!
She's trying to use She was being used. She was being used.
Yes.
She didn't even know it.
She was like, you know what, you're not gonna make it to medical school. You're not gonna be a doctor. She just told me this like that. And I said, you know what? I remember what I said to her. I said, you don't even know what you just said to me.
Yeah.
You just motivated me even more. And you know what? I will become a medical doctor. And you know what? I'm a doctor now. So that's how I handled those kind of negativity. And even while, if we talk about the transition through medical school, there was a period of time where I had to take off. I actually took off like almost, I took off a semester and a half or 2 semesters because of financial situations, which we'll talk about later in different videos about Caribbean school and the whole financial responsibility of it. So and I heard a lot of hearsay like, is she still in medical school?
Right.
Did she get kicked out of medical school?
Right.
Oh, did she fail out of medical?
Right.
There was a lot of hearsay, so much that it kind of reached my girl, you know. Girl, it was bad.
Wow.
So there's a lot of hearsay, and you know how I dealt with that was that I didn't listen to it. I just said, you know what, God knows what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm in medical school. I know I'm in medical school. So when I started back again, I was going, and now look, I graduated. So you don't. My advice for those type of situations is that don't listen to that. Don't listen to people talking. Just continue. You kill all of that noise with your success. Killed it, and that's exactly what I did. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Box it up, silent whoa. Oh man.
Thank you
so much. Thank you for sitting down with me and doing this. This has been so much fun.
Yeah.
She's leaving Chicago. She's going back to Houston.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you.
Yes,
but
I miss you too, dear.
It's been fun. This is a good go around.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it 2 thumbs up if you can. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know if you have any questions that you want me to ask Dr. Obih for you.
Yeah.
So how can they reach out to you? Like, how can they contact you? Like, what is your... And I'll leave all this in the description box below. Your Instagram, Twitter, Snap. She is also a chef, guys. Like, we've been talking so much about medicine that we completely forgot that she could throw down in the kitchen.
You guys can follow me on Instagram, and also I run a food blog, which you probably saw maybe on her Instagram page, Kego'sKitchen.com, where I focus on healthy recipes, so you guys can check that out too.
I'll reach out and I'll let you know what she said. And if you have any questions for me, leave it down in the comment section. Thank you so much, and I'll see you